Hey guys, what's up? This is Invacare 16, and first of all, I apologize for the noise. I have to do this video outside of my neighborhood because my idiot brother's getting in my way and bothering me. And second, I'm sorry I haven't done videos in literally almost 6 months now. I know I've been bad at that, and I've been wanting to be doing some videos now, but I finally have something really good to do a video on, and this is my new power chair that I got. And you're probably wondering, why the heck do I have this? If you've seen my other videos, I already have a power chair, or I already had a Rascal scooter. But the thing is, that thing broke a good while ago. Maybe a year and a half ago, I'm not exactly sure, but when I was doing a maintenance on the motor or the gearbox, when I went to go put it back together, something caused it to snap in half, and the batteries were already going bad on it, so I was like, no, I'm not gonna spend any big money to fix this thing that I got for free. So I have been looking for a new vehicle ever since then, or a new power chair ever since then. I found one at Goodwill. This one was in their trash, although I couldn't get to it because it was all locked up and all that stuff. So I went to the manager and asked him, I saw your power chair in your trash and I was wondering if you'd be willing to give it to me or if I could buy it from you. And he said that I could buy it off of him for 32 bucks. And that was with tax and all that stuff. So of course, I went ahead and went home, got all my electrical equipment to be able to test it because I wanted to know how bad the batteries in it which I knew they were going to be terrible because it was already out in the weather. It was rained on and all that stuff, so I already knew the batteries were going to be absolute junk. But I brought my multimeter over. I brought some small lithium 12-volt batteries to be able to make 24 volts because that's what this thing runs on, is 24 volts. And I managed to get it to, I told them I'd be back and I'm going to bring this stuff, see if it works, and if it works, I'm definitely going to buy it. So I went home, got all that equipment, and I tested it. And sure enough, it worked perfectly. So I bought it, put it in the trunk of my car, and brought it home. And I knew the batteries were garbage because they were reading at 0 volts. But I was curious with them to see if I could get them to charge, and surprisingly, I did. And they actually worked pretty well for maybe 2 or 3 rides. And then they started to crap out on me, and I was like, no, I gotta get better batteries than this. So luckily I already had the batteries lying around that I needed for this thing, so I was able to get it fixed and get it operating again. So, but the thing is that's amazing about this power chair is that this is from 2006. I'm not joking. This thing is from 2006. It is 12 years old, and it is in really good condition. The seat has like paint or glue or something like that splattered all over it. I don't know exactly what that is. I think it's glue because I can peel it off and it's kind of sticky. But the thing is like, that's nothing. That you can get a seat cover for, but the rest of it is in really good condition. It's not ripped, it's not torn, there's no holes in it and all that stuff, so the seat's in great condition. The only things that on this that are in bad condition are this armrest, which I cut out this section here because there's a bunch of rips in it, and then I've decided, okay, well, if I keep them like how they are, they're just going to rip even more and make it look even worse. So I decided to cut it, and I'm actually going to put a cup holder here eventually, because that's one thing that would actually be kind of nice to have on this power chair, is a cup holder, because I use this for scavenging and battery picking and all that stuff. So, but this armrest is in bad condition, and this bolt here, it's supposed to be welded to this, and that's what holds this armrest on. It keeps it from flopping around like this. I need to weld that back on. But other than that, and the armrest being kind of beat up and knackered, the which side is it? Yeah, this side. The plastic or the shroud here for the body panel is kind of cracked and damaged, but it's not even that bad if you consider it. But that's the only real damage with this thing. So 2006, these are the original, I think these are. I know the front and the back wheels are the original wheels that it came with. And the one other piece of damage is on the front wheel here. I can't exactly show you, but there's a bit of a slit cut in it because my brother ran over a piece of glass or a rock or something, and there's like a chunk of it missing. But the good thing is these are all solid wheels. These don't have inner tubes, so you can run over crap all you want and it will not pop these tires. That's the one really nice thing about this, is you don't have to worry about buying new tires as soon as you pop one, because you can run over a nail and it won't do anything to this thing, except maybe make the ride a little bit uncomfortable and loud. But all the tires are in pretty decent condition. I mean, they are worn, as you can see, like right here. The tread in the middle is kind of worn and all that stuff, but the main tires are in really good condition. The only thing wrong with these is because they had it parked so long, it's actually developed like a warpage in the tire, so it kind of makes the ride a little bit rattly, I guess you could say, but it's not even that bad. So, but everything is in good condition. The unit's not rusty, apart from a few parts like the bolts back here and stuff like that. There's a little bit of rust, but the most of it is on those parts and on this bolt head right there. But one nice thing about this that I absolutely love, that I hated with the Rascal, I had to take the whole thing apart to get to the battery box or the battery compartment. This thing is a little bar right here. You pull that down and then push up on the seat and it tilts back, and there's your battery compartment. And this thing uses, I don't know what these are called, Anderson connectors. I think those are what those are called, Anderson. I'm not exactly sure, but they're like I see forklifts that use these, like electric forklifts. So these are serious connectors, and the batteries in these are both 35 amp hours. And I actually kept one of the original batteries because I want to show you this, guy. This is the original battery that this thing came from the dealership or wherever they bought this thing from. This is the original battery. And you can tell that this is original because if you look at the PDF or the instruction manual for this, the picture of the battery that they show is the exact same thing as this, with the tilted inward terminals and the breather caps on here. They don't make batteries like this anymore because this is an AGM battery, which means absorbed glass mat, and these are supposed to be sealed for life. These unscrew. You can unscrew these and they come out. So like I said, when I found these, they were at 0 volts, both of them. I sold one of them to the scrapyard for scrap money, but these things are actually serviceable. You could fill them with water and stuff like that. And the thing is, the reason they stopped going to that is because, or they stopped having this design, is because these generate so much hydrogen because of adding water and all that stuff to these batteries, that it actually it can blow up and stuff like that. They've had, in the past, they've had batteries that are like this blow up because of the fact that they generate so much hydrogen, and these breather caps get clogged pretty easily, and they build up pressure and then they explode, pretty much. But this battery was at 0 volts. I managed to get it back up and charged, which was amazing, because this is a 2006 battery for a power chair. That's 12 years old. 12 years old. This is how old this battery is, and it still works. Granted, it works like crap. You cannot draw more than 50 amps out of this before it drastically drops the voltage. but you can run a small fan or something like that, or lights off of this just fine. But that's that battery. Another cool thing about this that I'm really happy I found it is because this has adaptive suspension, which means whenever you're driving over rough terrain, this whole unit here tilts up and down to be able to help you get up and down things. So these wheels in the back, those are the only actual hard-mounted wheels onto this chair. Those are the only wheels that are stationary completely. This unit pivots, and these wheels go up and down depending on the terrain, and it allows you to navigate stuff extremely well and off-road. Like Hover-Round, I don't even think even has this, or they might, but they're from 2010, I think. But this power chair can navigate this. Like, I'm able to off-road and go up all these tree bumps and stuff like that. You can't do that in a regular power chair. My Rascal scooter, it struggled so much doing that. Partly because it has a differential. This has no differential in it because it uses two-wheel drive. It has two motors, one on each side of the unit, because it uses tank steering. So this thing can steer within its own footprint. And another really nice thing about this thing that I absolutely love, and it's one of the reasons I wanted one of these things, is because this has a combined total power output from the motors of 3.6 kilowatts. That's 3,600 watts of power. Which for a power chair or a mobility scooter is a lot. Like for me, I cannot get this thing to stall. I cannot get the motors to stall. It'll spin the tires before the motors will bog down. So I know I can climb up any hill with this when it comes to concrete. Like it could probably go straight up a vertical wall if it were tethered to it somehow. But this thing you don't have to worry about getting stuck with. At least not on concrete like this or on a basic hill, because these motors have so much torque. So I'm going to take you on a ride and I'll show you the adaptive suspension and how that works and how well this thing actually drives in general. And my seatbelt on. There we go. God, I hate all the traffic that we have here. I really do apologize, but I just can't afford my brothers or my dad coming out and annoying me during my videos. But so this joystick, this is not original. I made this for this because when I found it, it didn't have the part that you pinch or grip or anything like that. It was just, pop that off, it was just like this. It had just the stick and the boot to protect the potentiometer or whatever unit is inside of this thing, to be able to allow it to be able to have the proportional steering. There we go. And I'm not sure if you hear that, but the clicks, that's the parking brakes engaging and disengaging, or clutches as they call them in the manual. But it has two of those because it has the two electric motors. But what I found with this thing is that it is quieter than the newer units. That's what I love about old school technology, is it's quieter. A lot quieter than the stuff of today. Like, I've seen a lot of commercials for like the Luggy, which is that extremely small portable power chair that you can like put in the back of your car and all that stuff. That thing is loud. You can hear it on the video. And they do editing and stuff like that to help reduce ambient noise or background noise and stuff like that. So you can hear it and it's loud. This thing, like literally, this thing, You literally have to have your head down by the motor or the wheels or leaning over the side of it like this to be able to hear it. It has that quiet of a gear drive. So I'm going to take you off-road and you're going to see just how well this thing can handle stuff. So you're going to try to get a view of the adaptive suspension. Hang on, I'll get a view from this side. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see it, but when I go over this, it should tilt the wheels up. Alright, here we go. We're going to go up this, which is a pretty steep incline. You can't really tell because it's covered in leaves and stuff, but you'll see when I go up this, the wheel will move up. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's why my kickboard's getting stuck. Come on. That's the only thing that's wrong. That's the only thing I don't like about the tires that it has on it right now is that they lose grip pretty easily, but I'll go up a part that's not as steep. So right here, you'll see that again, it'll bring that wheel up, see, like that. Yeah, it's just hard to navigate and video at the same time. Normally I can go over this stuff with no problem. So here's a little branch, you'll see it kind of. Yeah, you guys aren't seeing it very well in the video, but the adaptive suspension on this thing works amazing. And like, even over the smallest little bumps, those wheels will move and go up and down. So, I know I'm doing a crap job of holding the camera, but that's because this is a bit of a bumpy ride. Yeah. I'm gonna put you on the tripod and I'll let you guys see what I mean. I'll do like a little bit of a drive around and let you guys see just what this thing's able to actually do. So, get the tripod over here. Click the camera into place. Sorry about the movement. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can try to, I know. I'll bring the tripod over here. Alrighty. So right here, I'll kind of drive around and I'll kind of show you what it actually does and how well it works. Just gave you a bit of a driving demonstration there. It's probably not anything good, but take the camera off again. But you can see it can handle this terrain pretty good. My tires are all muddy because it's wet over here, and these tires attract mud like crazy. But when it's not muddy, this thing is able to power up anything. Literally, you're able to go up hills that are incredibly steep and down and whatever, and it's just, this thing really, it is a tank for the urban person, pretty much. Like, when I'm in this thing, I do not feel handicapped at all, because I can go places where I don't normally feel comfortable going because I fear my legs will either give out or something stupid like that will happen. But literally, I can just cruise around in the grass and dirt and all that stuff like this all day long in this thing. And it's actually rather comfortable, surprisingly. And I know I'm jerking around a lot, but I do not have good suspension in my arms. So any bump that I go over gets amplified like 5 times with me holding the camera. So. And the nice thing with this is it actually has an adjustable foot plate, so you can bring this out or in a little bit more. And the thing is, if I wanted to, I can make it go out even further, like probably out to here, where this is like the most neutral sitting position you can be in with something like this. So, and it can go up and down or whatever and stuff like that, so. There we go, park it. And the thing is, once this thing is parked, it will not move. And the guy at Goodwill, I actually had to show him how to disengage the parking system, which is what these little levers are right here. You just pull these back, and it disengages the drivetrain, so you can push it around. And that one just locked back into place, which is stupid. I didn't want it to, but you could push it around like a regular wheelchair by doing that. But once these are engaged, you will not go anywhere. It is locked. So, anyway, I wanted to show you guys this because I've been needing one of these and wanting one of these forever. This thing is awesome, and I can go to anywhere I want with this thing. And I just went on a 4-mile trip today, and I didn't even lose 1 bar of battery. I'm not even joking. I went like literally 4 miles on this thing, and it didn't even lose 1 bar of battery. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I'm very sorry for the background noise of all these stupid cars, but anyway, I wanted to do this video just to show you this, and to make up for the fact I haven't done videos in forever, like 6 months at least, so. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you guys later. Stay cool, YouTube. Bye.